Ladies and gentlemen, here it is! Oh man, I am so sorry. I am just kidding. This is not the F-4 Phantom. But it does look like it, doesn't it? Well, howdy folks! Salver here. Welcome back to the channel. I am now thankfully back from my break, and let me change this camouflage. Oh yeah, that's better. So, before I get into it further, let me first describe these planes at for just a moment. Good grief. So, as you know, boom! The McDonnell Douglas F-4C Phantom II is incoming. And if you see these pictures between the T2 and the F-4, they really do look similar. And so hence I really just could not resist making a makeshift Phantom skin for my T2. But man, this is going to be a crazy, crazy patch. I mean, we're getting Mach 2 capable jets, the F-4C Phantom II, and the MiG-21 F-13, I think? I forgot the exact designation, but this is going to be crazy. Now, at the time of the making of this video, which is August 30th, 2019, I don't know if there's going to be other, what is it, Mach 2 capable jets, excluding the Chinese MiG-21, which I think is the J7, and ironically, it's actually better than the Russian one. You get an extra cannon. Now, as for missile armament, I don't know. This is just based on what I saw on the stream this morning. So, oh yes, I almost forgot. British helicopters and the Eurocopter Tiger for France and Germany. Man, this patch is going to be crazy. And my personal favorite, oh yeah, the Cargo Port Ground Forces map. This is really making me think of Armored Warfare, like the good old days of it, before it essentially got overtaken by War Thunder, when War Thunder took away Armored Warfare's key advantage, modern MBTs. The moment they added the MBT-70, I was like, sorry Armored Warfare, but I'm going back to War Thunder, which honestly was really good to me. So yeah, but one brief note I want to mention on the cargo map. Now, I'm hoping this is only because it was in a custom battle, and it was the usually when you go into a custom battle of a map, they usually give you the arcade version, not the realistic or simulator version. But yeah, I'm hoping they'll let us use the full range of the map. Hopefully this won't become another Alaska. Ay. Don't get me wrong, I do love, capital L, love, the Alaska map, but it could be bigger. And the custom battle version of it, made by Kamikaze Kit, it's a really good version of the map. Without further ado, let's get flying. Or no, I'm sorry, this is the map that was made by Kamikaze Kit. And the link will be in the description below, assuming I can find it and I don't forget. But you can literally explore around the hangar. And so here I mainly fly around in my F-4 Phantom Wannabe, the T2, and just explore around. And as you'll see in a moment, I do something awesome. And then later I explore on the ground, playing my M1A1 Abrams tank. But yeah, so briefly, I'm going to see how much I can discuss in this video as I can without having to make a second one. So, as you know, I've been absent for quite a while. I'm not sure when this video is going to be uploaded. Hopefully either this week or the next week. You know, it's most likely going to be uploaded in September, and zoom! We're going to hit Mach 2, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, on this custom map, you can go through these portals and you can do things like invulnerability, God mode, and in this case, sorry, got congestion here. Allergies are really bad where I'm at. Oh, excuse me. Anyhow, you can go through that and it'll basically have that little notation that says, someone's got to go fast. And let me tell you, I really can't help but wonder how fast the F-4 Phantom is actually going to be. I mean, just flying the T2 with the F4, my own version of the F4 camouflage, really got the excitement going in me. Now, granted, it is smaller than the F4 Phantom and has notable differences, but the engine's intakes and the tail section really look like they were inspired from the F4 Phantom. The wings, most likely from the F-104 Starfighter, and oh, yeah. I don't know what caused that. I didn't experience that in the actual battle, but there's some kind of replay bug, and it makes everything go dark, like I'm in outer space. So, you see through the screenshots, thankfully I took screenshots, I hit Mach 2 at like 60,000 feet, and I almost hit Mach 3. Just a little faster, and I would have hit Mach 3. I hit Mach 2.95. It was awesome. Now, now I know the Phantom probably couldn't go Mach 3, but then again, you might be able to if you played the Phantom on this custom map, which again I'll link in the description below. But all in all, I am just super excited for the new jets and some new helicopters to play with. Now, I don't think we're going to get the Mi-28 or the AH-64 Apache Longbow this upcoming patch, but we might come with it. We might get them the patch after, but nonetheless, I'm really excited for this update. But, oh yeah, I got ahead of myself. So as you know, I was absent for a while, and then it's funny, it seems like it's always this kind of year. Like last year I almost went inactive around this time, but I forgot what like kept me going. I think it was like the free Abrams thing, free parts and FBE thing that was going on. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. But now it's that time of year again. It's like, oh crap, here we go again, essentially. Because, you know, you've seen people talk about, like, you know, hashtag fix the game in 1.91, and now save the mouse. Oh my goodness. I will acknowledge, I'm not going to talk too much about those things in this video for two reasons. Number one is that if I did, I would probably have to make 3 videos just for those subjects. And second, a lot of people have already discussed it at length. Fly's discussed it, Orange has discussed it, Mike has discussed it. A lot of people have talked about it. So, I'm sorry, but I'm not really going to discuss something that's already been discussed at length. Plus, some YouTubers like Orange, Mike, and Fly have summarized it in ways, be it good or bad, in much better ways than I could have done. So, I will probably link some of their videos in the description below for you to watch. But I will highlight, all in all, regarding the balance factor. And that is, let me see if I can find the comment I can read. So, oops, that is not it. Good grief. Okay, so somebody in the comments on one of the devlogs, I don't know which one this was linked to me on Discord. This one guy said, great, write what we need right now instead of fixing the game. And then this guy makes a rather interesting response. He says, now I'm paraphrasing this because it does have some offensive stuff in it, but basically it said, you people just don't get it, do you? Adding new vehicles or trees is not going to slow down rebalancing and bug fixing at all. And spamming Gaijin with the same message, same hashtag on every devlog release won't do much. Maybe you should go to the forums instead and make a thread about it. Half the people in this community contradict each other and then claim that everyone agrees with them. I'm sorry, but this is kind of funny. It takes a little while, but if enough people agree on an idea on the forums, Gaijin will almost certainly listen. And I thought that was a really good response, minus, you know, the stuff that you didn't really need to write, including calling them an idiot. But basically, War Thunder does listen. And as I mentioned in my last video before I took my break, of course they want to fix the game. And when people say, like, oh, fixing the game won't make the money, that's not entirely accurate. Because if you did absolutely nothing, people are going to leave. But at the same time, if you don't add any new content at all, and sure, you may try to fix as much as possible, then people will be like, well, yeah, thanks for the fixes, but what about new stuff to play with? And that's kind of where it gets rather difficult. And there's this other game, I can't remember what it was called, but they tried some kind of strategy a while back, and yeah, rip Phantom, where they tried for just one patch. I don't think they added any new content, or if they did, it was absolute minimal. And they only fixed as much stuff as they could. The result? A bunch of people were happy, unhappy, and saying that they should have added some new stuff as well, and a bunch left. It was something ridiculous, like 20% of the player base. Now, those numbers may be too high or too low, but you get the idea. A bunch of players walked out. So, in effect, sure, you want to fix as many problems as possible, but you still got to add new stuff to keep it interesting. But, as I've mentioned before, and I'll try to summarize this as briefly as possible so as not to repeat basically everything I said in my last video, but basically, sure, you want to try to fix some bugs, but there may be some bugs you may want to hold back from fixing. Not because you can't fix them, but because suppose you tried to fix one thing, and then you create another problem. Maybe two, maybe more in its place. So if you don't know exactly how to fix something, the best thing is to do nothing. That doesn't mean you'll just leave the bug in the game forever. It just means you need to take some time to evaluate it so that even if we can fix it, how can we fix any potential problems that might result from this one problem being fixed? Because chances are, if you try to fix one problem, you may as well create another. And most of the time, it's unintentional. You could create a new problem by accident. I won't go into detail, but stuff like that happens. That's life. But, yeah. All in all, with any online MMO game that involves human players versus each other, you're always going to have balance problems. That's just the nature of video games these days. It's not like the old days where you could tone the AI to your liking. Like if a mission got too hard for you, you could tone the difficulty down. That doesn't really work with a game where you're versing human players. So yeah. So with that out of the way, now I want to focus on the new Mach 2 jets. I don't know about you, but I am super excited. I'm especially excited for the Phantom. I mean, the F-4 Phantom is like my childhood favorite fighter jet. It was one of the first fighter jets I really got to learn about. And of all places, it was... I don't know if you've heard of the TV series. It used to be really popular on Nat Geo, and me watching it at 8 years old, I was into it. Seconds from Disaster. Now you're probably thinking, why would you be into that, especially if you're a kid? Well, because the very first episode I saw of Seconds from Disaster was about the ICE train disaster in 1998. And of course, I was always into vehicles, and at the time I especially loved trains. So I was like, what happened to this train? It's because I didn't know a lot about high-speed trains then. So learning about this, I was like, man, this is really interesting. I didn't see like the sad details. I just saw the facts. Like, this happened, which caused that to happen, which then caused this to happen, and this is what caused the accident. I was into the facts and sequence of events, essentially. Then later down the road, I saw the episode talking about the USS Forrestal disaster. And that focused highly on, I guess you could say, about, the A4E Skyhawks and the F-4 Phantom jets. I especially loved the Phantom. It just looked so cool with its twin-engine layout. It looked fast and sleek. The wings could fold up when it was parked on the tarmac. It was cool. And then as I got older, I made some model planes. I had quite a few model planes, which was the kind that you built as a kit. And I had the Phantom, I had the P-51 Mustang, I had, I want to say I had the Apache Longbow, I had the F-15 Eagle, the F-16C, oh my gosh, I wanted to call it the Hellcat for a moment, the Fighting Falcon, and then of course also the F-6F Hellcat. So yeah, really excited for the introduction of the Phantom. So with that out of the way, oh yeah, sorry, I almost forgot. At first when I saw the MiG-23 devlog, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be crazy. And then I was like, I'm definitely going to buy this. But then I was like, wait a minute, this is only going to get one cannon. And I'm like, yeah. Hello, Trump. I always find it hilarious when I see people in game and they have the Trump decal. Which, by the way, there's... For... I almost lost my words for a moment. There's no actual Trump decal. What you see there is actually the German Ace of Spades decals, which translated to German, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, is Pik Ass ist Trumpf, which ironically has an F at the end of Trump. But if you set the decal up perfectly, you get a Trump decal. And I've seen many players, both in planes, but mostly tanks for that in that regard, that say Trump. I'll admit, it's hilarious. But anyway, good grief. But then I was like, yeah, I mean, sure, the MiG-21 would probably do fine with just its one gun, but I need guns, you know? That's why I like the, good grief, the F-100D Super Saber and the Mitsubishi T2 jet fighter. And so, and then I was like, yeah, I might just wait on buying that. But then just a few hours later, that plane, as Fly put it, was dethroned by, of all planes, boom, the McDonnell Douglas F4UC. Wow, I'm turning into Fly here. The F4C Phantom II. And at first I was like, great, but is it going to get offensive armament? And thankfully, the devs were not like, "Niet, comrade, you do not get cannon. You get missiles only." Nope, they were nice. You get, I presume it's by default, I hope it's default. Evidence suggests, at least on the TEF server, that it is. You do get that 20mm Gatling gun pod in the center of the fuselage. And you can, and it seems to be default because the other modifications, like, sure, the extra 2 Gatling gun pods, 1 on each wing for a total of 3, seems to be a modification. But the default center one seems to be default, because you can go... Good grief, I'm sputtering my words because I'm so excited. You can get all these other modifications and still have the center gun pod. So that's a plus. And plus it has, and I'm hoping this information is correct, has 1,200 rounds of ammunition. That's almost double that of the T2. And if you get the other gun pods, whew, this jet is going to be amazing. But, yeah. And I was intrigued at first when I saw that it had, brace yourself, a 9.7 battle ranking. I was like, you what, mate? But then Sean came forward and said, hey guys, relax. This is the testing server. Stuff is subject to change. And most likely, that BR is just a placeholder. It's probably set that way because that's what the F-100 Super Saber's BR is. It's probably just a placeholder. But nonetheless, I'm really curious what these new top dogs BR are going to be. Because granted, they can go Mach 2, but that's at high altitude. And if the conventional rank 6 or even rank 5 jets are at medium-ish, low altitude, like below, let's see if I can get it right, 6,000 meters. I'm trying to do my metric here. Or about 15,000 feet and below, then you're gonna compel these Mach 2 capable jets to be dragged down to lower altitude, because they can go just a little bit above Mach 1 on the deck, but it's at high altitude where they could go at like Mach 2 and above. So I'm really curious how their engagements will be with these standard jets. I'll be honest. I did not think we would get Mach 2 jets so soon. I honestly was expecting them like March of next year. Okay, maybe not that late, but maybe in December. But, oh my goodness. We're getting spammed. Oh gosh, we're getting a spam. We got a spammer! I can't even get to him. Good lord. Alrighty. What do you know? I'm trying to record a video and somebody spams on Discord. Hopefully you didn't hear that, but it was like brom, 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 spamming in my headphones. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this guy doing? Whew. Good lord. Oh man. Yeah, Jerry with the ID 4797, you've been noticed. And not in a good way. I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep that in this video because that was crazy. Let me know. I wonder if you could hear that. Like, brom, brom, brom. He was pinging everyone. And I don't mean like spamming at everyone. I mean like he was pinging moderators, administrators, helpers, supporters, snail news, everything on Fly's Discord. It was ridiculous. But okay, let's get back to business, what I was talking about with these jets. I'm really curious how they're going to be balanced with the conventional jets. I'm really curious. And then, of course, also, don't forget, Tank RB, especially with the Phantom. I mean, can you imagine like 200 plus Mighty Mouse rockets? Or those fearsome Zuni rockets? And then, of course, the bomb loads that the Phantom can carry. Let me pull up the stats real quick, because I don't want to give you incorrect statistics. So, like the bomb loadout... Come on, give me the loadout. Bombs available in sets of 12 750-pound bombs. Oh my gosh, wow, I missed this. 18 500-pound bombs, 18 250-pound bombs, or 8 1,000-pound bombs. And then, of course, my favorite, the 3 gun pods with rapid-fire 20mm Vulcan cannons. I definitely would like to try that just to derp, especially in Tank RB. This is just gonna be amazing, I will be honest. But to think, 8 1,000-pound bombs, that's as much as a B-17G. And then 18 500-pound bombs, that's just 2 bombs short. No, I digress. It's 20 1,000-pound bombs that the B-29 can carry. I was going to say it's 2 bombs short of the B-29, but that's not right. All in all, these jets are going to be amazing, and I'm really curious to see how they'll all be balanced. But whew, where did the time go? We're already towards the end of the video. I may talk more about this in a future video, especially when the dev server comes up. Hopefully my circumstances will be alright for this time, because I'll be honest, I've tried to make like 2 videos prior to this, but I will be honest, this new patch that's coming up really just gave me a well-deserved wake-up call. But anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the video so far. Thank you so much for the support in my absence, especially the additional, I think, 3 more subscribers since my last upload, for a total of 7 through inactivity. Thank you so much. I can't stress this enough. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But anyway, that is it for today's video. Have a great day. Stay safe. See you in the next video. And until next time, peace out.